window may be closing, but there is still time for a chance to make it into the semifinals of the PLA playoffs. Hello and welcome to this broadcast on STC2. Mike Buda, Courtney Wallace here to provide you soccer for the next 90 minutes. Courtney, there's not much time left. We need to get the 3 points here today.
3 points today is a must. Good afternoon to you, Mike. Good evening, rather, to yourself and to our viewers. But 3 points is a must. And not only is it a must to get into the playoffs, when you're playing a team that's below you, that has played 6 games, have not won any, and they have a minus 16 goal difference, you're under pressure. You're seriously under pressure. And who would want to get anything other than 3 points from a team like this?
Only 5 goals in their 6 games played, giving up 21, as you mentioned, the minus 16 goal differential this season. But, Aurora, not much better in the goal column, not giving up as many goals, but they've only scored 7.
Well, they're pretty much even. They're 7-4, 7 against, which gives them a minus 7. The thing about Aurora is that they've been scoring. They have been scoring goals. They have not been keeping out goals, and that's where their problem is on the defensive end, trying to maintain the clean sheet, or at least not allowing their opponent to score as much on them.
And Aurora right now sitting at 1-1-4 last week with that upsetting 3-2 loss here at home against Carpathia FC. And right now Aurora sitting in that 5 spot at 4 points, 9 points behind, below that, let's say, put it red line right now to make it into the top 2 spots. I don't think anybody's going to be thinking about chasing Audra right now, so it's all about that number 2 spot.
Indeed. But see, this is the first game against Grand Rapids this season. They still have a second game, and they must now be looking at 6 points from this team. However, they can't look beyond the next 90 minutes coming up. You have to make it count in this 90 before you even start thinking about the others.
And if you look at the schedule right now, you have Ole twice, which every team so far has beaten them.
Exactly.
You have Oakland County at home, which you drew against on the road, and then again finishing at RW Biadra. If things play out the way you want it to, that could be a huge finale against the in-state rival.
It could, and like you said, there's a window, albeit small window, for them to get into the playoffs. It's basically a mathematical chance, but you know what? You have to seize the opportunities.
Aurora looking for their first win at home here in the PLA. Have not won a game, only win of the season back on June 4th. That one at Toledo United FC. And then, Courtney, if you want to get to the starting lineups.
All right, if we start off with the home team first, then we have in goal Luis Gallardo. Patrick Ruda is in defense. Edwin Munoz is back inside the starting 11. Also, Ryan Salazar is there. Chase Lenhart. Elliot Kettle also makes a return to the starting lineup. Will Butler, Art Garza. Then there's Christopher Freeman, who will be playing up front, and Jorge Alvarez. Akim Suraji gets a start for the first time this season. Usually comes on as a second-half substitute. I'm sure Coach C.J. Brown will be looking there to get the early goals against his team and then try to kill the game off. For Grand Rapids, you have Matt Jackson, Jose Brizeno, Sven Moller, Fibo Arriaga, Giovanni Duran, Clement Willonja, Robinson Mendez, James Dutcher, Ian Abel, Job Potter, and Joel Vargas, who wears the number 10 jersey.
So Courtney, tell me a little bit. I got to, I had the unfortunate task of missing last week's game,
Yes,
not being able to see Chris Freeman for the first time.
You jumped ship. You abandoned us. No, we understand. But Chris Freeman came on as a second half substitute. He really brings a lot of fire. You can think of an Akim Siraji and what he brings when he comes on in the second half. Chris Freeman was the same thing. Of course, he scored that scorcher of a goal, picked up a ball in the middle to the left-hand side of the attacking third and just fired a right footer that curled into the top left-hand corner, what we call the pigeon of the goal, giving the goalkeeper no chance. And he's on the ball right away, Mike.
And do we get that hint of what C.J. Brown is trying to do, putting that speed to start the game?
Well, yes, with Akim Siraji and what he brings, and with Kane, who has been injured incidentally, he was usually trying to get that impetus in the second half, but usually the game is lost by then. We had a chat last week and we said, can you try turning that around? And we see him doing that here today with Siraji getting a start. Of course, Freeman in only his second game brings the same kind of fire and pace up front. So, we're looking to see how that works out for Aurora this evening.
And right away you see the numbers. As soon as the ball is kicked off, I think we saw 4 yellow jerseys sprint straight up the pitch. Right at Ole.
Well, like we said, this team has let in, they have a -6 differential, -16 rather. Why not go for the goals early?
And they kind of had a push within the first few moments. There's Freeman sprinting through that defense of Ole. Will Butler on the ball there, and Ole recovers trying to get it out of their own third. They turned it over very quickly. Here's Kettle, and he'll work the ball away over to Ruda. He swings it far side. Lenart's back in. Siraji with that nice quick first step from him. Freeman trying to turn, splits a few defenders into the box. Aurora still with the ball, lofted into the 6-yard box and headed away out for an Aurora throw.
And trying to get that speed early up front, as you see Aurora playing a high-press ball game here early in this first half.
Siraji's just getting by defenders so easily right now through that final 18.
Which is good, Mike. I however want to see him creating more of those chances, and once he makes those runs, no point in doing all of that good work and not getting the shots off.
Turned over now, back into the box. Ole just trying to get it as far away from Ian Abel as they possibly can. And they'll just have to boot that one far downfield, and Aurora will start back over with Ryan Salazar. And right again, it's just so much space to work with. Jorge Alvarez, tons of room trying to play it in behind. Knocked away. Butler goes down, still with the ball. Alvarez trying to get into the box. He does. Abel is out and able to get to it first. But nice movement so far from the Aurora front line.
Like I said, looking good, playing that high-press ball game. We see Chase Lenhart's the right back pushing up, almost playing over the half line when the team goes into attack mode, and looking for that early goal.
So far this season, Ole on the road, 4 losses in 4 games, only 2 goals for them as the road team. Aurora this season, the 3 home games, all of them losses. Last week, the closest one we've seen, free kick awarded early on here in the 4th minute to Ole. Standing behind it is Arriaga, as well as Duran and Moeller. But it looks like Duran stepping back to take this one. 3 men in the wall there for Aurora. Everyone standing on the far side at the edge of the box.
It's okay, Mike. I won't even mention it.
That's okay. Trying to play it short very quickly. Aurora ready for that one. They'll try to quick counter. Alvarez sprinting forward. is Freeman. But nice recovery there from Brazeno.
And the intentions are clear.
Butler switching things up, sun right in the eyes of Chase Lenartz. He goes down the line for Garza. He's got Kettle in front of him. Trying to go up top to Freeman, trying to play a ball in behind for Siraji. And you see those two linking up here in the first 5 minutes, kind of always seem to be around each other, staying very close to each other.
And obviously that is the plan. Both of them working in tandem should create a whole lot of problems for this Grand Rapids defense this evening.
Ball played over the top. That one headed clear. Nice touch there from Walanda. Again, trying to just go right through that gut of the Ole defense. To no avail so far. Little spin there from Dutcher. And they'll move things out to their left side.
And what would be interesting, Mike, is to see how much of this first half Akim Siraji will play, because we know one of his issues has been fitness, and which is why he has not gotten a start so far on the season. So it'd be interesting to see how much of a first half he plays. And if he doesn't play the entire first half, at least Coach C.J. Brown would be hoping that he would have gotten the team onto the score sheet with probably 2 or more goals.
Freeman lets the ball bounce, trying to deceive his defenders. But I think it kind of seems clear that that's what C.J. Brown is trying to do, putting that much speed on the field, high pressing as much as they have been here in the first few minutes.
And and I'm sure he's sitting there hoping that we'll get some shots off on goal shortly.
One unfortunate thing we haven't been able to see is Jesse Ortiz on the 18-man roster. Ortiz, the only Aurora player so far this season with multiple goals.
And this will be his second game running that he will miss.
Ortiz scoring earlier in the season in that 1-1 draw with Oakland on the road, as well as the first PLA goal ever for Borealis. Trying to switch it, just Kareem's off the head of Jorge Alvarez, but here comes Ole up the right flank. Salazar and Butler there. Nice play by Butler to get that ball back. Chested back into the middle from Alvarez. Garza trying to play a quick one over the top. Kind of misplayed that. But it's turned right back over to Aurora. Another quick throw. Shouldered off the ball. Was Freeman able to fight? Oh, I don't know about that call, but it goes Ole's way. Looked like Freeman had gotten all of the ball, but head referee not in agreement with me on that one. Long ball over the top. Gallardo waiting for the ball to come to him. But again, around the PLA right now, here in the East, Adria on top, 15 points behind them. Toledo, Carpathia both with 13, followed by Oakland with 10, and then Borealis and Ole. Down in the West, much tighter at the top of that division. Milwaukee, Cedar Rapids, Minneapolis, all at 12 points. With Minnesota at 8, Croatian Eagles at 6, and at the bottom, Madison with just the 2 draws so far this year. Nice little connection there for Ole in the middle. Down goes Olanja. Now Ole trying to maintain some possession.
And Olandra there favoring that right leg. Seems to have done himself some damage.
Brazano loses it just in front of us. Going right back to Aurora. Salazar's got the capabilities with those long throws, but he decides to play it short. Butler, his touch to Garza's turned over. Nice eyes from Kettle to pick that one off. Again, Freeman being named to the PLA Team of the Week after that goal that he had last week against Carpathia. I believe that's the third Borealis player to be named to Team of the Week this season. Ole has not been able to get that distinction yet.
And for him to do it in less than 45 minutes on the field is a pretty good start for him.
Jorge Alvarez goes down. Another questionable call in the midfield. Looked like got some of the ball, but referee will call that one back. Here in the 11th minute, you're watching this broadcast of Aurora Borealis Soccer on STC2. Mike Buda, Courtney Wallace, just like always, bringing you the live action.
And the referee there having a talking to that the number 21, Sven Moller of Ole. Not happy with something that's happening there.
I don't know I think he's just trying to shut down right away any back talk. That one knocked away by Brazano. Ole trying to get out of their corner, and Lennart's trying to put one into the Fox River.
Wrong place. I'm sure the ball boy would not be too appreciative of that.
Got to stay safe out there. I'm just glad it didn't go past the guardrails out there. As we see a yellow, I believe that's trying to see who. I don't know if he was aimed at Lennart's or if he's aimed at Willanja. I believe he's looking at the Ole player.
It seems like Willanja. And that might have been for something he said.
As I just mentioned just a moment ago, him stopping the play and actually talking with players.
I guess trying to take an early handle on the game, wouldn't want it to get out of hand.
And you can see how quickly he's not going to let that fly, handing out the yellow right away.
But to be fair, Mike, we haven't seen a lot of cautions or cards issued at the home games here for Aurora.
Advantage played for Butler. Still with possession. Trying to just move the ball forward to Siraji. He goes down. And the free kick awarded just at the 25-yard line. And
a good hustle there from Butler, basically drawing that foul, creating problems for the defender, the Ole defender, who once he took him down, once he touched him there, was always going to concede a free kick. And in a good-looking position, too, for Aurora to launch a serious attack on the Ole goal.
And that's great work from Butler, though. We've seen that throughout the season. We've seen that already early on in this game. They lose possession. They're not giving up on any of these balls
he's
that
a
they
hustler.
turn over.
He's a real hustler. Loves to have the ball at his foot and loves to use the entire width of the park.
So you see a couple Aurora players standing over this one. Looks like it's taken by Freeman. That ball bouncing off the chest of Abel, but he's able to corral that one back.
Not a bad looking free kick, however, did not have enough venom on it and was pretty much created no problems for Abel there to pick that one up. As we have a look at it again, a pretty simple, the bounce was a bit awkward, but nonetheless, he was able to get right behind it and there was no player really pressing him to pick up that loose ball for Aurora.
Alvarez first touch, trying to put him in behind. There's Freeman first. And no, he puts that one clear over the crossbar as he saw Bell just coming down on him. He really had to be a little bit lighter on that first touch from him.
He was pretty much put off by Abel. It was a good. He came off his lines well there, as he's supposed to, and just came into the line of sight there of Freeman, and put him off. Although he could have and probably should have done better with that one.
But that doesn't happen unless you get that great first touch from Jorge Alvarez. As soon as he saw that defender getting closer, just tried to play it to himself behind him, and worked out almost perfectly.
And Christopher Freeman there missing that one. Born in Liberia, started playing the game at age 4. And one of his inspirations is the great George Weah, who is a national hero in Liberia, all because of the game of soccer, or football if you prefer.
I think I'd prefer football, but I would be disowned in this country. They wouldn't want me back. They already don't want me.
I'm not so sure about that one.
Oh.
I'm not so sure about that, Mike. I think you're trying to be a little bit too modest there.
When you put heritage over place of birth, when you're rooting for soccer, I think they don't mind if you leave, or wouldn't mind.
No, you're going nowhere.
With Freeman playing his college soccer, College of DuPage. Back in 2014, he had 8 goals in 19 games playing with them.
Yeah, he did have a good run with them. We had the absolute pleasure of having him on All Access Aurora Borealis yesterday, right here on SportsTownChicago.com, STC2. And we could see that there is a passion for the game in him.
Matt Jackson's long throw, just kind of bouncing and bouncing, just waiting for it to get out of the box. Flag goes up on Walonja. And the quick restart from Aurora. Here comes Will Butler. Trying to play it short. He gets it back. Now trying to play it over the top. Saraji just has to stop that run. Thumbs up, though, from the quick kid in the middle.
And I'm liking the diagonal play I'm seeing from Will Butler. And Christopher Freeman just seems to know where he needs to be. If Butler is going right, then he goes left to get the pass and leaves Saraji on the right to pick up any pass on that side. And that triangle seems to be working well for Aurora so far, creating problems for the Ole defense.
And we already saw that on the last chance with Freeman and Alvarez, just that cut back inside, just providing so much space, forcing Ole to have to do something about it. Freeman now at the edge of the 18. Now he's in. Don't know if he was, well, that one deflected, the referee says, and that'll be a corner for Borealis.
And their second of the game.
And you got to watch out the big men down there with all your defenders, with Salazar, Ruda, Munoz. Ruda's already got a goal off his head this season. Garza in there as well. Freeman too. Butler, they elect to play it short. Gonna play it back out. Off the left foot, going back post, and that one not going to be touched by anybody.
That one they're looking for Salazar, but a bit overcooked. But taking the corner short, trying to throw off the Ole defense. Of course, they would know of the prowess of a Patrick Ruda, who, as soon as there's a corner or a cross, he's going to come forward because he fancies himself getting that header on goal.
That was Alvarez who put that one out of bounds. And there he is with the first touch after the turnover. Now trying to play it towards the corner. Has Freeman. He's dispossessed. That time by Brazano. Just every time back there Jose Brazeno is there. Long throw, Salazar. He had Garza inside. They're going to try a quick counter. But so quick is the Aurora defenders to get back after turning the ball over. Now to the left side, Salazar trying to play it over the top. Alvarez wasn't making that run at first, but changes his mind. And that one ends in the hands of Ian Abel.
And you see what the Ole defenders are doing. They're packing the midfield between the defenders and the midfielders, packing the midfield and forcing Aurora to try to go over the top, which has not worked out for them so far.
And just always, wherever the dribbler is, they're there trying to spot out Alvarez. That one too much behind that pass. All the way back for Abel.
You know, this Aurora team runs the possibility of trying too hard, being so desperate for the 3 points and knowing that this team is a team they should beat, that they could be trying too hard and not quite getting it together.
There's the giveaway, trying the long ball over the head of Olanja. First there is Butler. Decided at the end not to touch that one, probably for the better. Here's Alvarez off his left foot in the box. That one touched by Abel and has to be cleared out of the box by Arriaga. Kind of a mishandle there from the Ole keeper.
But again, we see now the Aurora players going down the flanks and getting that cross in, as that one played out wide, and Alvarez with a cross a little bit too close to the goalkeeper.
And here's Alvarez with the boot headed on, and that one right into the midst of Ian Abel. I believe that was touched by Art Garza.
And our Garza, they're doing well to get up and head that ball. However, was a bit too straight at Abel, and an easy save for him that time.
Wouldn't expect probably one of the shortest guys in the scrum of a corner kick to be the one getting his head on it, but he did.
But then it was a good delivery, as we see it coming across now, and he didn't even have to go too high to head that ball. It was almost waist height.
This one going to be taken by Butler. He's given 10. As he kind of went down, referee decided not to play advantage, but good spot here for Borealis. Everyone at the far post making their runs. This one going back post, headed away that time by Duran. It'll give Aurora another set piece from the corner.
And Aurora now, they're being tested by the amount of set pieces that they're winning, being tested to make one of them count.
Alvarez again has the option short with Butler. He'll play this one into the box just over the head of Freeman. Salazar decides not to take it on the first bounce. Now puts it back in, headed on Garza. Back out, Aurora still with possession. Now Alvarez off his left foot. That one right back to Abel.
Not sure if that was a cross or a shot on goal, but whichever it was, created no real problems for Abel that time. And again, Aurora have a chance to attack.
And again, possession just non-stop right now. How it's feeling, the way it's going for Borealis. But you could have all the possession you want. At the end of the game, you don't have a goal on the board, it's not going to matter. Played ahead for Wolanja. He's going to try to chip Gallardo, but he's going to have to get a little bit more air underneath that shot.
But credit to him for good vision there, just poor execution. Gallardo was indeed off his line, and he did see something.
Didn't really notice this before, but even looking at the Ole bench, just 3 players there for the option for head coach David Wood. Played in the middle, Kettle, and the deflection from Alvarez pops right back into Abel's hands.
And again, the execution of the shot on goal not creating much problems for Abel there. The good thing, though, is that they're on target. They just now need some venom and a little bit more direction.
Siraji moving forward. Garza's through ball. He just kind of getting too excited there, seeing Freeman ahead of him making a run.
So that through ball went through.
2 through.
For a goal kick.
Headed over. Ruda clears. Off the shoulder of an Ole player. Near side with Dutcher. Dutcher stepping over a few times, but all he sees is yellow. Plays it now into the middle for Durant. Trying to move the ball around, but Siraji, again, too quick coming back. See if he could try to use his speed to get around a few players. Trying to play it ahead for Garza. But again, too much behind the pass.
You know, I'm getting the feeling, Mike, that Siraji is too preoccupied with being fancy with that ball. And
I don't think he knows how fast he really is.
Or how good he is either. Because, you know, with his kind of skill, you can be a little bit too good because you're not necessarily helping the team out.
But one thing Aurora's got to watch out for is pushing so many numbers forward. Hasn't really been a problem yet today. Haven't seen much on the Ole counter. But still, always got to be careful with how many players you're sending to try to put a goal in.
And you know what? It's not very often that we see Coach C.J. Brown standing on the sidelines this early in a game. And we can tell how badly he wants this one and how much he knows that this is a clear opportunity that must be seized by this Aurora team.
Again, pretty much only the second time we've seen so far today Ole having some room to, and as I say that, they lose out on possession. Here's Siraji, left-footed shot. And Abel has to dive to his left to make the stop.
Again, that save made it way too easy for Abel. Siraji not getting a lot on the shot. And sometimes he seems to be a bit uncertain of what he wants to do, Mike.
And right there, he has the option to just keep going instead of taking that shot.
He had space.
You have you have space, and you have the advantage of players going at the defense.
And as always, like I've always said, if you're the forward, you have that ball, get into the box. Hold on to that ball in the box. I'll force the defenders to make the mistake. Because if they do, it's called a penalty.
Played near side now, Alvarez. And Freeman ahead of him, still with the ball. Nice. Oof. You see nice build-up play, and then it all ends with the poor placed shot.
Yep, a good link-up play there. But I think for some of these players, their skill, they overuse it at times. Because then when they do so much running and so much with the ball, then their teammates really don't know where they need to be. Because you just don't know what next they're going to do with the ball, and that can pose a problem. And I think it is posing a problem for Aurora here this evening.
Kettle showing his juggling skills on the far sideline. And now Siraji trying to move the ball from right to left. Garza playing inside for nobody. Nice little passing there from Ole to get out of that dangerous situation.
And at the minute, the Ole defenders are being made to look, I think, way better than they actually are. Only because the Aurora players, probably, like I said before, probably a bit over-anxious to make this one count.
That one cleared out of the goal. Home teams in PLA have not had the greatest of runs over the last 2 weeks.
I hope you would not have said that.
I did. Just like last time, I have to bring it up. It's a true stat. Since June 17th, there hasn't been a team to win at home.
And I remember mentioning that to the Aurora players, and nobody wanted to hear it.
And that's the last 12 PLA games without a home win. Hoping to break that one, though, tonight. Here in the 30th minute, Aurora still scoreless with the visitors from Grand Rapids.
I know.
Say last touch that time off of Dutcher.
And there's also the possibility of the Aurora players trying so hard, not getting the results they're looking for, and end up being frustrated with what's happening out there, and that could affect their play.
But it's been looking all good so far. Just that last shot has not fallen the way Aurora has wanted it to go. But again, the chances are there, trying to switch things up. Lennart's able to keep that one alive. Now in the corner, fighting off his defender. His cross deflected, and Ole is going the other way. Wolanja looking up. He's got a teammate. I don't know if that one looked like they timed that out pretty well. Kind of where the line was set up, kind of right in line with us here at the about 33.5-yard line. Wolanja looked like he had sprung free, but
might have been a yard or two, taking a few steps too early. And the referee's assistant very sharp on the call.
Played it now far left side for Ole. Try to slow things down just a little bit. That one popped in the air, taken down. Dutcher. But the Aurora defense is there. Edwin Munoz, his pass just off the mark to Butler. Shoulder to shoulder, playing tough defense is Garza, but he's called for the foul there.
And of course, the number 10 player there for Ole asking for the card. And that is Joel Vargas. And he wears a number 10 jersey, would suggest that he's supposed to be the goal scorer or the midfield general in this team. Haven't seen much of that coming through so far in this game.
But again, asking for the yellow really hasn't been much there in terms of fouls from really either team. This one to be taken by Arriaga. Played short, flicked on, but Gallardo is there.
Did that one seem to me as it came off an Aurora player's head? Might have been Will Butler who had the misdirected flick there.
Siraji misses on that one, but he will earn a corner again for the home team.
Not sure what to make of that one on the replay, but lucky for Aurora, Gallardo was sharp in collecting that ball and averting any danger.
This will be Alvarez to take it, and there is Abel.
Much too close to the goalkeeper that time. Need to be getting that ball somewhere on the penalty spot.
And just safely playing it. Kind of surprising to me to play that one over the end line, but with Lonja on his back shoulder, Kettle decided to put that one away and play it safe, play it for the corner.
And the first corner for Ole in this game, and we see players coming forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players forward on this one. And having not conceded, they're probably just confident that they can get something out of this first half.
Arriaga to take it, out swinger near the 12. Player goes down, still loose, and Garza finally clears. But again, dangerous right now. That one missed, and that one ends up in the net. And I believe that one is James Dutcher. Or excuse me. That's Matt Jackson. And he puts Ole up 1-0. And Courtney,
as we see here, Gallardo making the call, coming off his line, but totally missing. And because he missed, all his defenders just stood still. And just like that, the very thing we spoke of.
And after all the pressure from Aurora, it equals nothing. And then one set piece does them in.
And let's see if Coach C.J. Brown is on his feet. No, he's sitting down, and you can tell he's not happy. And who would be? That was the first shot on goal by Ole in the 33rd minute. And what do you know? They have a goal. And again, Mike, a goal off a defensive error. Not brilliant play on the part of the attacking team, just a mistake on the part of the Aurora defense.
And now Aurora, if they're going to want to get 3 points here at home, they're going to have to score a couple. And that's not out of the question right now, but going to have to finish one of these chances, just unable to do that so far. Everyone calling for a handball on Ruda. That one played down the sideline for Butler. Just an arm wrapped around him, but he's still chugging along. Will Butler inside looking for Siraji, still going. Now played out, Garza off his right foot going back post. Butler's there, but his header goes wide of net.
And not bad play there, but again we see where the Ole defense, they close in basically on the play and they crowd the play out. Aurora now has to figure out a way, how do we beat this crowded defense? That they haven't figured out so far because they've not been able to get clean shots on goal.
10 minutes from halftime. Do you think it was a gamble putting in all those quick guys, Siraji, Freeman, to start it off?
It was a gamble, but it was one that had to be taken. I mean, it's only sad that so far it has not paid dividend, pretty much because the players have not made it work. And I know Coach C.J. Brown is not a happy man at this moment.
Siraji switches things up for Munoz. Now Salazar as Butler and Garza in front of him. Butler gets one touch and then commits the foul.
And I think the Ole defenders have figured out Butler by now. They know exactly what's going to happen down this left-hand flank. It's pretty much a telegraphed play, and they pretty quickly shuts him down going down the left flank.
And it's just over and over again. Really haven't seen much working up the right side. But we've seen that all season, kind of going, everything working through Will Butler. And when Butler's down this sideline, majority of your plays are going to be over here. That one taken by Dutcher. Trying a quick counter, but that one's turned over for the goal kick. Quick.
And we see Gallardo there rushing the goal kick and taking it way behind the line where he needs to, and that does take a few yards and some pace off the play there for his team.
Garza in behind a few defenders, trying to play it long for Salazar, and Salazar just can't keep it. You see Garza, when he takes that ball, he turns around, so much room in front of him as he gets past that first wave of defenders, and then just his first thought is just to boom it
just looking
downfield.
Lost, just looking totally lost, like he's not sure what to do once he finds himself in that position. And it could be, well, what we spoke about earlier, Mike, where it's not working out the way you planned it, and you're panicking, because this is indeed a pressure game.
One in the air by Lenartz. Siraji now trying to go up the right side. Light touch, I'll put it that way, from Jorge Alvarez. I believe that's
And that's entirely your opinion, right?
entirely
Right.
my opinion.
Because the officials definitely did not agree, and that is why we have this free kick to Ole.
Playing it long. Munoz there. Butler takes a bit of a slip on the turf. Plays it ahead. Freeman chested down Garza. And Salazar just gets rid of it. Chested down by Alvarez. One in the air by Ole. Taken by Kettle, and referee blows his whistle.
And Coach CJ Brown must be thinking to himself with about 5 or so minutes to go. What next? What do I need to do next?
And you look at your bench. Of course, you have Colby Newquist, scored earlier in the season against Adria. Also have David Reynoso, Danny Miranda, quick player in his own right. Here comes Freeman, just these sharp, quick turns in such little space.
But then trying to do too much with the ball and allowing your opponent position.
And there's the flag out, that one coming against Garza. You remember before, as Joel Vargas giving some lip service to the referee, asking for one before. Well, he got his wish now.
And again, frustration on the part of these Aurora players. Things have not been going the way they've planned it. They've tried something new. They've gotten 2 speedy players inside there. For all the good play, they have nothing to show for it except being a goal down to the losingest team in the division.
Again, Ole still without a single point this year. 6 games, 6 losses. Aurora would like to keep it that way. And here's Alvarez into the box, puts it down on the ground. Freeman with the touch, but kind of off balance on his shot, and he puts it wide.
Again, good pressure there from the defender, staying on Freeman and not giving him the opportunity. And again, I think, Mike, I'll call that one on Freeman. Could have done better with that ball. And we can always put it down to anxiety on the part of these players. Freeman has not been so much involved in the play for maybe about the last half hour of this game.
But I think
neither has Suraji.
I think the first 5-10 minutes, when you see Aurora players just going one-on-one, going right at defenders, that's when it seems like this Ole defense kind of crumbles. But we haven't seen a ton of that here, as you mentioned, in the last half hour. As I believe James Dutcher needs to put his boot back on.
And of course, this Aurora team, this could be like almost a defining moment of their season, Mike, because things having not gone the way for you the way you've liked so far in the season. There are positives to be taken from the season so far, but this game in particular against this team could very well be a defining moment.
And a loss here would pretty much put Aurora mathematically out of it. Would be 9 points down with just 3 games to go.
And losing that playoff spot is one thing, but just for the confidence and the statement it would make on this team would not necessarily be a good one.
You can imagine the confidence it would bring just even fighting for that spot. Knowing that chances aren't that great, but still, you have something to play for. And getting an equalizer here late in the first would kind of, I think, help that out just a little bit. Suraji having to leapfrog the defender to even get to the ball, and he's called for the foul.
And pretty much that's what Aurora had to do last weekend. They were at this point in the game last weekend, they were 2-0 down. And Jorge Alvarez got that first goal in about the 46th minute. The only thing, if they should do the same this week, then it wouldn't be 2-1. It would actually be 1-1.
Playing ahead, Willanja. Him and Kettle fighting. Don't know why no advantage is played there. You've seen him in our official playing it a few times. That would probably be the best spot to do so, but he stops possession for the moment with Aurora. Kettle playing it over the top. Nice lofting ball into the box. Siraji still with possession. Siraji. And finally headed away by Ole. And the quick 45, no extra time added there here in the first half, and it will end 1-0 in favor of Ole. Courtney, what's going on right now for Borealis?
I can tell you one thing that's going on. The referee doesn't get paid for overtime, so he doesn't play anything. I mean, it pretty much sums up what happened in the half. There were really no incidents of note. Nothing really happened, excepting for a goal from Ole, who had one chance on goal. They took that one chance for all the pressure that was created early by Aurora Borealis. They trailed to the losingest team in the league. Definitely not a good look. And I'm sure our coach C.J. Brown, right now at this point in time, is a very, very angry man. And the players themselves would be rather anxious for what has transpired in the first half.
So what does C.J. Brown start the second half? We see different players right now with, because we tried that out here in the beginning of the game with Siraji and Freeman up top with their speed, but it doesn't seem like they're using that. They're not playing balls into space for them, kind of really the last half hour avoiding even the right side where Freeman and Siraji have been playing.
Well, I think if this was a football, then what would happen? C.J. Brown would probably be thinking of just sending out a brand new 11 team out there. Because, like I said, when you have the speed and the skill of Freeman and Siraji out there, what you expect is link-up play. Will Butler coming in right off the shoulder, link-up play, finding the spaces. These players, they have the speed and the skill. But what you find is Siraji picks up the ball, he does way too much with it. Holds onto the ball too long. All the defenders are then able to close him down, so then pretty soon he loses possession or he can't get a clean pass off, and his teammates really don't know where to go. We see the same thing with Freeman when he picks up the ball. You do so much with it that your teammates, okay, where should I be at this point in time? Pretty soon you're nowhere, and when you look, all you see in front of you, white jerseys.
Do you think that's kind of where we are with, especially seeing those two linking up a pretty good amount in the first 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, and I mean, it looks good, and it's a very good idea. I like what Coach C.J. Brown is trying to do. However, the players now, they have to make it work. I think C.J. Brown as a coach and his staff, they have done their bit. It's up to the players now to do the sensible thing and, sort of take the adrenaline rush, kind of step back on the adrenaline rush and, get the smarts going. It's no time for a head game.
45 minutes down here in the Lighthouse here at Moose Heart. 1-0 in favor of Ole. Hoping for some more from Aurora in the second half. We'll be right back.
Out of all the schools I applied to, Illinois Media School was the first to personally guide me through the financial aid process. Not only did the school offer classes in my field, but hands-on experience with all of today's modern broadcasting equipment. Illinois Media School gave me all the tools I needed to find a career in broadcasting. While in class, I worked one-on-one with real professionals in the television and radio industry. Job placement helped me find the perfect internship where I had real, on-the-job training. No other school offers a program as exciting and educational as this. My name is Mandy, and Illinois Media School helped me achieve my career in broadcasting.
I could have said it better myself. This is Jonathan Hood, instructor at the Illinois Media School, formerly Illinois Center for Broadcasting. There's so many reasons for you to consider Illinois Media School. You can go if you don't like the college that you go to, you don't like the major, or maybe you just want a fresh start for someplace new. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports to learn more. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
Hey, it's Frankie, and the Illinois Media School, formerly the Illinois Center for Broadcasting, provides hands-on broadcasting and online media training and fully equipped radio and TV studios and web-based computer labs. The instructional staff consists of broadcast media and professionals like myself with many years of broadcasting and online media experience. I have watched some of my former students get jobs and excel in the industry. Upon graduation, students are well prepared to enter the broadcast media industry. Check out our campus in Chicago and in Lombard and visit beonair.com. That's beonair.com to learn how to get started.
SportsTownChicago.com is your place for NIHL high school club hockey. Every goal, all of the checks, and every jarring hit. SportsTownChicago.com, in a league of our own.
¿Quieres tener un trabajo en algo que te encante, que sea divertido y conozcas a muchas personas? El Illinois Media School tiene muchas cosas increíbles que ofrecer. No solo hacer segmentos de audio al aire o usar equipo de cámara. Incluso puedes tener tu propio show de radio o televisión y ser exitoso. Llama ahora. Este programa especial te da el camino rápido a entrenar en la industria y puedes tener tu propio show en solo semanas. Illinois Media School. Llama al 630-916-1700 o visita beonair.com/Lombard y empieza tu carrera en broadcasting.
Time to kick off your career in radio or TV broadcasting at the Illinois Media School's downtown Chicago campus. Call us at 312-884-8000 or visit 530 South State Street to learn how you can make your dreams of being on television and radio a reality. Don't take my word for it. Check out what some industry professionals said about the Illinois Media School.
Tom Waddle, ESPN 1000.
Don't waste another minute in a career you don't love. You can be the next great announcer, DJ, producer, or TV reporter. You'll learn key skills from industry pros while working with professional equipment on air and behind the scenes. Still need to keep the 9-to-5 job? Their flexible class schedules can work around any schedule. Short on cash? They have very affordable tuition and financial aid for those who qualify. You'll have access to amazing internships and job placement assistance when you graduate at top radio and TV stations like ESPN. Learn more at beonair.com/Chicago Sports. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
When your business is getting off the ground or beginning to flourish, go to the JZ Law Offices. John Zappala guarantees aggressive, effective representation with a true desire to help you. From the formation of limited liability entities to employment agreements and general contracts, John Zappala is here to gear your company for success. JZ Law Office's virtual office services allows you to work with them from the convenience of your desk. If aggressive, effective representation sounds good to you, then call the JZ Law Offices at 312-854-8065 or visit their website at jzlawoffices.com.
As a student athlete of the IHSA,
I pledge to respect my teammates. I pledge to respect my coaches.
I pledge to respect the officials.
I pledge to respect the opponents.
I pledge to respect the fans. I pledge to respect the game.
We pledge to do what's right.
My name is Chris Labosco, and I do play-by-play for minor league hockey. It was while I was at the Illinois Media School that I got my first opportunity to do actual play-by-play in my first week of class. Through my time in class, I was able to improve as a broadcaster by learning how to use different equipment, how to set up for a remote broadcast, and how to prepare for each and every game that I would call. I even found an internship doing play-by-play for minor league baseball before graduating. If I never went to the Illinois Media School, I never would have found my passion.
I couldn't have said it better myself. This is Jonathan Hood, instructor at the Illinois Media School, formerly Illinois Center for Broadcasting. So many reasons for you to consider Illinois Media School: financial aid for those who qualify, real-world hands-on experience, internships, and so much more. Don't just take my word for it. Set up a tour at one of the 2 Chicagoland locations. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports to learn more. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
Hi, Hi, it's Frankie Robinson. The Illinois Media School, formerly the Illinois Center of Broadcasting, provides hands-on broadcasting and online media training in fully equipped radio and TV studios and web-based computer labs. The instructional staff consists of broadcast media and professionals like myself with many years of broadcast and online media experience. I've watched some of my former students get jobs and excel in the industry. Upon graduation, students are well prepared to enter the broadcast media industry. Check out our campus in Chicago and Lombard and visit beonair.com. That's beonair.com to learn how to get started.
When you need a break from your busy schedule, kick back and listen to the fun sports and entertainment interviews from SportsTownChicago.com. The Big Interview is where you hear SportsTownChicago.com personalities pick the brains of the biggest names in sports, music, movies, and TV. To catch up on all the fun, go to the audio SportsTownChicago.com and click on the audio tab. SportsTownChicago.com. We are in a league of our own. Yeah!
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com.
Time to kick off your career in radio or TV broadcasting at the Illinois Media School's downtown Chicago campus. Call us at 312-884-8000 or visit 530 South State Street to learn how you can make your dreams of being on television and radio a reality. Don't take my word for it. Check out what some industry professionals said about the Illinois Media School.
Jonathan Hood, ESPN 1000.
People often ask me, Hoodie, how can I be a sports radio guy like you? I tell them it takes drive and determination, and you need to learn how it all works. You can learn to be a sports talk show host, a producer, do play-by-play, and shoot and edit video. You'll have a chance to get internships at stations where you can tap into the knowledge of industry pros. With job placement assistance, you can start your new career in 1 year. It's a great school to get the hands-on training you need for a broadcasting career, doing what you love. They have affordable tuition and financial aid for those who qualify. So don't waste another minute. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
Attention, family, friends, players, coaches, and fans. Are you a high school or college athlete that had your game covered by SportsTownChicago.com? You can relive the glory by going to our podcast section of our website to listen to all the past games over the last 2 years. Just go to the website at SportsTownChicago.com and check out the podcast section, and it'll take you right to your sport. Now that's SportsTownChicago.com.
How's it going? My name is Edgar Ibarra, and I'm very grateful for all the knowledge I received at the Illinois Media School. My 15-year career in radio has been a dream come true. I'm a radio DJ, I'm on the air, and I get to be a program director for 2 radio stations in Wisconsin. My dream became a reality with the Illinois Media School. Illinois Media School is a great school with great teachers and former students now working in the industry today on the radio stations you listen to and on the TV stations you watch every day. Illinois Media School, check it out. For more details, beonair.com.
I couldn't have said it better myself. This is Jonathan Hood, instructor at the Illinois Media School, formerly Illinois Center for Broadcasting. So many reasons for you to consider Illinois Media School: financial aid for those who qualify, real-world hands-on experience, internships, and so much more. Don't just take my word for it. Set up a tour at one of the 2 Chicagoland locations. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports to learn more. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
Time to kick off your career in radio or TV broadcasting at the Illinois Media School's downtown Chicago campus. Call us at 312-884-8000 or visit 530 South State Street to learn how you can make your dreams of being on television and radio a reality. Don't take my word for it. Check out what some industry professionals said about the Illinois Media School.
Jonathan Hood, ESPN 1000.
Not many people can say that they love their career, but I certainly do. I like helping the next generation of broadcasters discover their passion. How do you discover yours? Learn how to be a sports talk show host, a producer, do play-by-play, and shoot and edit video. Get hands-on training on air and behind the scenes. You'll have a chance to get internships at radio or TV stations where you can tap into the knowledge of industry pros. With job placement assistance, you can start your career in 1 year. They have affordable tuition and financial aid for those who qualify. So why waste another minute in a career that you don't love? Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports. Go to the website right now. beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
Guests on SportsTownChicago.com are brought to you by the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. If you're interested in a career in broadcasting, go to beonair.com or call the Lombard campus at 630-916-1700. Yeah!
¿Quieres tener un trabajo en algo que te encante, es divertido y que conozcas muchas personas? Illinois Media School tiene muchas cosas increíbles que ofrecer. No solo hacer segmentos de audio al aire y usar equipos de cámara, e incluso puedes tener tu propio show de radio o televisión y ser exitoso. ¡Llama ahora! Este programa especial te da el camino rápido al entrenar en la industria y puedes tener tu propio show en solo semanas. Illinois Media School. Llame al 630-916-1700 o visite beonair.com/Lombard.
How's it going? My name is Edgar Ibarra, and I'm very grateful for all the knowledge I received at the Illinois Media School. My 15-year career.
Welcome back as we get set for the start of the second half here at the Lighthouse in Mooseheart. Again, Aurora trailing 1-0 after the first 45 here in a must-win game, looking for 3 points, looking to stay alive in the Premier League of America. And Courtney, what are we going to have to see here in the second half to get those 3 points?
More pressure, pretty much the way we started the first half, but getting the shots on goal, creating the spaces, using the spaces, do not allow the Ole defenders to shut down single players. And, just get the shots off, get them on target.
Again, goal coming in the 35th minute to recap first half. That one from Matt Jackson on the corner kick. Not much from the offense in Ole, but a set piece or two. That's all you need. Butler into the box trying to put one across goal, but ran out of room.
And again, we see how quickly he was double-teamed. So this Aurora team will need to be getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker, as we saw Saraji doing there when he got rid of that ball to Butler.
But as we were wondering what changes, if any, would happen at halftime, and don't believe we see one out on the field right now.
And it makes sense because we didn't expect Saraja to be able to play a full 45 minutes, but then after about the first 15 minutes of the game, he did not do much. So I think Coach C.J. Brown is giving this starting 11 a chance to do a little bit more and to at least get them back into the game.
And right there, Saraji really just running in to his own teammate, Jorge Alvarez, making a run and kind of broke up the play on his own. Walanja the other way into the box, shouldered off the ball by Ruda. Still with possession, looking for a shot, and Gallardo is there.
I don't think you're going to beat Gallardo that easy. But again, now this Ole team with confidence.
But again, surprising to see Walanja. It's a 1-on-3, and he's still able to get a shot off, even after putting his back to goal.
And again, Mike, the defense of this Aurora team has been found wanting so many times. And they will have to step their game up.
But again, just as we saw for a first half, Garza electing that time to keep it on the ground and make a break for goal. Probably the smart thing to do there. Turns around with possession as Butler goes down. He was almost able to escape with two defenders on him.
But the play before that, Butler just trying to force the play, not looking for support, holding onto the ball and looking for that support, just trying to get a shot off blindly, and it was charged down there by the defense.
How perfect would this be just at the start of the second half to pull even, headed on off the crossbar. Still alive is Munoz. The ball's loose, and Abel grabs it. What would you say there? Did the woodwork deny that one?
Yes, it moved. It moved. I actually saw it move, which is a fact. Only it moved after the ball touched it.
But that one headed on Freeman. Freeman gonna rip one there. That one skies high.
And Freeman there trying to do pretty much what he did in his first game last week, trying to bend one from distance into the net, not being successful on that occasion.
But Aurora gonna be kicking themselves if they can't find an equalizer or two anytime in this game after that one just could not find its way underneath the crossbar.
And you know, there is a time when you might want to curse your luck, because what else could they have done on that one? I mean, yes, you could have gotten it under the bar, but you know, that's the closest they've come to scoring a goal so far in this game.
That official actually calling that the other way, calling a handball in the midfield. We'll give it to Ole. And Ole, again, in no hurry in the second half to start things up with the lead. Goal scorer Matt Jackson setting it up right at the center field spot. Butler will let that one go.
And again, we see Butler involved in a play on the defensive end. A real workhorse for this Aurora team. Just always on all plays, all over the park.
Taking down Freeman, he's got some room, plays it out wide. Here's Siraji. Siraji waiting. Off his left foot, that shot blocked. Here's Lenartz, gonna play one over the top. Fighting for position on the inside. And here's some nice movement from Aurora as we saw to start the first half. They're doing it again here in the second. Butler now. A few defenders around him. Tried playing it inside for Alvarez, but Alvarez backed off the play. Almost turned over. And Ole just can't get it out. Aurora had their chances to keep pushing down, putting the pressure in the Ole defensive third, but they just cannot hold on to possession.
And you know, Chase Lenartz with the foul there. I'm kind of getting the feeling here, Mike, that Akim Siraji, he has run out of ideas. He keeps making the same mistake over and over again. You beat one, you beat two. The defenders are going to close in on you. Make the pass. Do not try to go through the middle. You cannot walk through bodies. And I know you're not Lionel Messi.
He's not?
Or was he? I'm sorry.
Oh,
did I miss something?
I don't know.
Well, he hasn't missed any penalties.
Played ahead for Freeman. Nice sliding challenge there from Brazano. Continuing his good looks on defense, just as he did in the first 45. That one cleared by Salazar right to the thigh. Uh-oh. Gonna have to get that one on the bounce for Abel, and he just has to get rid of that one. I don't know what Vargas is thinking, putting it back to his keeper like that, popping sky high. I don't think he knew that you can't do that or you can't catch that, and that went over the head of Lenartz, and he cannot chase it down.
And again, we see Chase Lenartz, the right back, not being afraid to push forward there. And that was a very good run he made on the overlap, looking for that pass. That was a bit overcooked. And another chance, another opportunity to build something, to build an attack, just went awry for Aurora Borealis. And I think this Ole team, Mike, is growing in confidence. They are looking a bit more threatening when they go forward. And I think they now believe that they can beat this Aurora team.
Another foul there gives it right back to Ole. This will set things up again for Arriaga. Again, you never know on these set pieces. You get one, just as Ole did earlier. That one's still alive, popped up into the air and grabbed by Gallardo. Quick outlet pass there. Freeman had the right idea, just wanted that to keep going into space. Had tons of turf in front of him. Arriaga there. Kittle trying to go through his defender.
I think Aurora just needs to settle this this ball game down. I think they're trying to push it a little bit too much, and they're not getting the chemistry of the game and the technicalities of the game under control. And it means that for all the possession they're having, they are really not making it tell. As we see Coach C.J. Brown on the sidelines now giving some final instructions as he prepares to make his first change. And this looks like Miranda who will be coming in.
Arriaga headed on. That one just sneaking under. And they're not going to give it to him. I don't know if that went past the line or not, but the way it bounced looked like it was in.
Everybody looked across to the referee's assistants, and the flag stayed down. As we're going to see this one on a replay. Ball comes over, header.
Oof,
off the woodwork there, and
I think that stayed out.
Well, based on the official ruling, it did. And that would definitely be a sigh of relief as we see, let's see, is that Kettle coming out. And we take another look at this free kick. Ball floated over. There's a header, pops up, beats Gallardo, all ends up, and now comes off the upright. And from this angle, it's hard to tell.
Because when it hits the ground, it looks like it's still on that line. But when it even goes back up into the air, you can't tell from that angle if it ever really does cross the line. But it might have been from a right call from the head referee, even especially from how far away he was to make that call. You don't get the advantage of having an end line referee in that situation.
This is not Europe. But then there is an assistant referee who would have been on the play, and if he didn't make the call, or she rather didn't make the call, then there's no call to be made.
That one deflected. And again, so is Siraji just, again, like you've been talking about this entire game, he's got 2-3 defenders in front of him, and he's still trying to go for goal.
You really can't go through bodies like that.
And that shot that he put on well wide, but trying to get any kind of deflection that he can, and that one goes all the way back for Gallardo. Played it long for Butler. I think he's going to get it to him. He does. Great pass from his goalkeeper into the middle. Headed up, shoulder down. Siraji now. Again, just Siraji.
Just not knowing what to do.
I don't think the awareness is there that he understands two players around him.
You know, you really can't do nothing with the ball that you do not have under control. And the first thing he should have done there was to take control of the ball.
That one played too far ahead of Salazar. But again, we saw that first 10, 15 minutes of the first half. We're seeing it again. And still, how much possession, how many chances you're seeing, it's still Aurora cannot break through.
The question will be asked, what do we need to do? Aurora players probably just cursing their luck. For all the effort, they have nothing to show for it.
Here's Edwin Munoz battling, and they'll give it to him. Going shoulder to shoulder out there with Willanja. restart from the back. 58th minute of play here in the Lighthouse at Mooseheart. And Siraji, the way you've seen him the last few possessions, I'm still surprised we're not seeing any subs coming from head coach C.J. Brown. I think that's 3 or 4 touches in a row or possessions in a row where he's the first one to turn it over.
Like I said, trying to do too much. A very skilled player, but I think he probably could utilize his skill way more in just distributing that ball. Because so far, the Ole players have read him perfectly and they shut him down every time.
And again, we still have 2 more games to bring you this season following tonight's matchup. Coming up on the 4th of July on Monday, have another exhibition for you against FC Indiana. And then a week from tonight will be the home finale against Oakland County. And again, in that situation, it looks like possibly Aurora going forward with an advantage and the referee halting play. Aurora, that's Jorge Alvarez going down. Quick restart, and again, that time though, understandably, an Ole player down on the ground.
I guess you could probably call it a bit unsportsmanlike on Alvarez with a player down. But of course, you're trailing the game.
Again, it's
an advantage, so you're just going to push for it, whatever you can get.
Kind of similar spot we saw before when Freeman headed it onto the post. Let's see if they could try it again. That one low, cleared off the line. Olanja, his first touch.
Problem with that kick, you have to beat the first line of defense. Will Butler failing on that time to do so.
Trying to play it long for Siraji. Sprinting on. That high kick there. Chested down Garza. Miranda, having just checked in, switches it up to the left side. Salazar trying to play himself to the corner flag. That one headed on and away by Matt Jackson.
That was a good looking cross there coming in from Salazar.
You wouldn't think that much skill on the ball there from your left back, but he's showing some confidence over in the corner.
And this is corner kick number 7.
Butler, in swinger, headed down and away. Salazar just going to try to turn and rip. Alvarez going to try it again. That one not on goal.
Did I say number 7? That was number 8. And Aurora having not done too well on the season as far as their spot kicks are concerned, especially their corners, not able to make them count.
A little too fancy there from Ole. Down the sideline, Freeman.
That was Joe Potter trying to backheel flick. A little bit too good for his own good.
Long throw from Jackson.
And this game is nowhere near being over just yet. But Mike, we're really not getting the feeling that much has changed from the first half for this Aurora team. Enjoying the better possession, more time inside the attacking third of their opponents, but still inside, rather the defensive third of their opponents, and still nothing to show for it.
And just like the first half, you get that initial surge, and then everything just seems to slow down and die down.
And your friend, the PA guy, must have heard you as that. I think that one was right on point. Come on, give the guy some credit, Mike.
You're never going to hear that from me for the rest of the season or ever. Long one into the box, headed out by Munoz. Far side will give another throw to Arriaga and Ole.
So I think the elements of build-up play is missing here for Aurora. And now they'll have to defend against another one of these long throws.
Dangerous here from Arriaga. Lenartz, though, meets it. Potter. And the flag goes up.
And that actually was a foul throw.
You don't see that very often.
Which means he will be buying the drinks later.
Great turn there. Great, nice looking switch from Miranda. Lenartz trying to play it low. Now Siraji has Freeman trying to play it back. Siraji just kind of stopped that run. He wins the ball right back off his left foot and his cross. Away for Butler. He's able to keep it alive. Still Aurora. Now Miranda.
Another substitution being prepared there by Aurora.
Colby Newquist and Butler turning the ball over on the far sideline. But again, that link-up play is there with Freeman and Siraji, and you saw it was a good idea, but then Siraji, with the give and go, he did not go.
I think he's low on confidence. I honestly think he is a good player, but he's low on confidence because he just wasn't sure what to do that time. And again, he might have been expecting Freeman to do a bit more with the ball, as both of them have been doing. And for that, he did not continue that run.
Miranda muscled off the ball. Here comes Ole. Duran, nowhere to go, has to play it back for Dutcher, and now turned over. I was wondering where the fireworks were and where they'd be. I think I just heard one of them go off. Startled me a bit.
So let me ask you, should this game remain the same? Will we still have fireworks?
I don't know.
Or of a different sort?
I think the Army of Light still deserves some fireworks.
Okay, all right.
If they don't see any during the game, they still deserve fireworks. Still got about 25 and change.
Here we go. Coach C.J. Brown now deciding that it's time for Siraji to make his exit from the field of play. And I can't say I blame him. He has not been very effective. And he did look a bit low on confidence. Maybe just not fit. As we know, he has not been able to play a full 90-minute game so far this season. So
one of the changes I was expecting, Colby Newquist coming in.
And we see Abraham Kane there being told to warm up. He did get a run out, I think, last week. Has been on the injured list for a long time.
We saw him in preseason.
Look good.
Did look good. Kind of just anticipating his return all year. Trying to play it down the line for Butler. Freeman there. Now inside back to Butler, trying to work his way around a few defenders. He goes down, earning another free kick. Thought maybe it wasn't going to come there for him.
You know, Mike, sometimes there's more pressure playing at home than when you're playing on the road. Players know that their friends and families and supporters are here. Probably trying to do a bit too much to impress them and not necessarily sticking to the basics. At least, first of all, get the ball into the back of the net a couple of times, and then you can, manage the game and do what you want to do.
It's Miranda standing over this one. Two men in the wall for Ole. Off his right foot on goal and punched aside by Abel. Don't know if that was going on for him, but he plays it safe.
And earns Aurora corner kick number 9.
Is it lucky number 9 for
let's see.
Butler and Borealis? That one low. That one punched out. Garza Gonna rip one. And again, sailing over the crossbar.
Well, I thought 7 was the number for Aurora, seeing that their goal differential is -7. They've scored 7 goals, and they've conceded 7 goals. Not sure how that will play out, if it will.
Touched by Lenartz and touched out of bounds. Try to play it in quickly. Here's Vargas. Plays it out wide. Walanja. Duran. They're just going to play keep away. Here's Potter. Off his right foot. Switching it up far side. Now out to Dutcher. As we see another sub coming for Aurora.
Another new player in Delgado, who looked good coming on as a substitute last week himself.
Delgado playing his college ball at Benedictine. 2 seasons with them, scoring 7 goals, 3 assists. As we anticipate another long throw, Salazar taking a seat. Long throw coming. Headed away by Munoz. Well, volley missed.
And Munoz with a firm header away there, negating any danger. So now 2 throws of the dice so far in terms of substitution for Coach C.J. Brown. Still not seeing much of a difference on the field of play.
Trying to play it over the top, intercepted Lenartz. One back, Delgado. His first touch, plays it forward. Trying to find Freeman out of his reach. And he wins it back for Borealis. Garza looking up, not really seeing anybody. Now swings it out to the right. Alvarez. He's just going to rip one on frame and a bell there to make that one look easy.
Good intent, but was always going to be difficult to beat Abel at his near post on that shot, as it just curved nicely into his clutches. But again, good intent, that's what you want to see. You want to see the players taking chances, taking shots on goal, because without that, then the goals definitely won't come.
71st minute of play. Ole still leading 1-0 here at Mooseheart over Borealis. Needing 3 points. 3 points to stay alive, keeping their playoff hopes in front of them. Going down in the corner. They're going to call that one against Butler. See a few bodies going down.
And Butler looking frustrated there, looking a very frustrated figure for all his good work, for all his hard work. Still trailing to a team that even if they do win this game, will still not be able to pass Aurora on the tables. And Aurora only has 4 points.
Played down for Delgado. Trying to play it ahead for a streaking Newquist. Don't think we've gotten to see much, or really any touches on the ball from him. Played ahead, Munoz plays it short, and now we have the play stopped. Didn't really see an advantage call, really kind of a late whistle from the referee to call that one back.
Freeman there getting entangled with a player who seemed to have taken a bump on the AstroTurf, or not the AstroTurf, the running track.
That one played long. Gallardo is there. Again, Aurora chasing 4 teams in front of them, including Oakland, their opponent for next Friday, as well as Carpathia, Toledo, and Adria. Delgado intercepts, now ahead for Freeman. Freeman's first touch, I believe, trying to play it over the top for Newquist. Newquist pass. Finds Alvarez getting his shirt tugged on, still alive into the box. And finally cleared away. And foul called there as Delgado takes a seat on the turf.
Mike, you know, that referee has a whistle that's a little bit distracting. It pretty much looks like his yellow card, a smaller version of his yellow card, and each time he blows and puts his hand up, you're wondering what's happening there. As I get a nod of approval from Chris there. You thought it was a yellow card too, right, Chris? No, I'm sorry, it was just a whistle.
Alvarez standing over this one. He'll take it low. That one almost finding its way towards goal. Still alive, taking a few bounces. Arriaga will boot that one out for a throw.
And another set piece goes a begging for Aurora Borealis. Not able to make the most of these, and see there Delgado trying to make that cheeky pass, but no player in position to pick up on the pass.
Miranda trying to swing it at Garza, but Garza just stopped on the ball. Here comes Ole. They're pushing numbers forward. Potter's there. He's stopped by Lenartz. Lenartz showing great patience, especially with the speedster Potter bearing down on him. Arriaga heads it back towards the middle. Miss hit there from Mendez. Here's Butler ahead for Freeman. Freeman into the box, trying to cut back inside. And that one gives Aurora, I believe, their 10th corner of the day.
And pretty much the same old story. Too many bodies in front of you. Need to make the pass, need to have the supporting run. Off the ball movement needs to be more on point.
There's Alvarez, that one sneaking over Ruda's head. Looking for Butler off the volley. Gotta put everything into that one as he went airborne to rip that shot, but again, not on frame.
And your PA guy there playing Michael Jackson's Beat It. Is there a message?
Oh, really?
Is there a message he's trying to send there?
He's playing. That song was on target for what I'm feeling right now.
Oh, okay. And who is he playing it for? Sorry.
I don't know.
I mean, you're the expert on the PA guy here, so I have to, you know.
Am I a PA expert?
No, well, no. On this particular PA person, you are.
Oh, okay.
You are the.
Got about 15 minutes still time for Aurora to get one back and then some. Ahead now, Newquist trying to turn. And the referee will give it to Ole.
So Ole not doing badly at managing the game, at least the defensive unit. They're keeping out the Aurora players. And pretty much that's all they need to do for the next 15 or so minutes.
And they've done that with probably about 20 to 30% of the ball throughout this game.
And that's simply because the Aurora players have not been able to find a way to make their possession or their good play in front of goal count.
Have an Aurora player down near the 40 is training staff going out to help out whoever's down on the ground over there. I don't know. I believe it could be Ryan Salazar. Or Salazar took a seat a couple minutes ago, trying to tell who that is.
It seems to be a hamstring problem. As you see the physio there working on the right leg. Probably cramps from a rather hot evening of soccer. Maybe not necessarily from the temperature, but from the way things are going.
A beautiful night out here at Mooseheart in the Lighthouse. Nice breeze going on tonight. Getting ready for a beautiful 4th of July weekend. And again, got a double header coming up on Monday back here at Mooseheart. Going to be broadcasting the second of the two as Aurora takes on FC Indiana. That one starts at 1 o'clock. That was Art Garza now heading to the bench, as I believe that's David Reynoso checking in. And again, that one, the final exhibition for Aurora this season. They get set for their final 3 games in the PLA.
And for this one, you could be thinking now and wondering if Coach C.J. Brown is thinking that he probably should have just gone with the way things have gone all season and put the starting 11 that he's used before, and then continuing the way things went, because so far not much has changed.
Freeman, nice turn there. Then plays it out wide. Looking for a shot that went off the crossbar. Butler taking one just a few yards out of the corner of the 18. Just like, why not?
And here we see, look at this now. Freeman picks up the ball. Instead of trying to do too much, he lays it off. And Butler, beating Abel, all ends up there. And again, Mike, the crossbar.
Twice
that
tonight.
Crossbar. If somebody would only stabilize that crossbar, then maybe Aurora could get something out of this game.
This one played long, looking for Alvarez. Unhappy with that long ball.
And about now, again, the Aurora players and staff supporters will be wondering, what do we need to do next?
What they showed throughout the game, you get past that first wave of defenders, there's room in there to work, but going to have to do something else besides holding on to the ball. Player goes down as it was played over the top, as we see now another. That's Matt Jackson, the lone goal scorer today, just falling down to his knees here in the 81st.
And as you mentioned, 81st, that simply means there's not a lot of time for Aurora to get themselves back into this one. By no stretch of the imagination, impossible. But there is a sense of urgency now off the bench as we see Abraham Kane getting ready to check into the game.
And we saw after the first half, you would have expected at least, a minute or two added on. I would think with this second half, you get a few minutes out of this one, but you never know what you're going to get.
With this referee, Mike, remember, he does not get paid for overtime.
He does not.
I think he probably might not enjoy his job too much, so he gets it over with and done.
And again, too much handling the ball in the midfield from Delgado. Gives it right back for Ole.
Apparently, we see where a player there having taken a hit in the stomach somewhere on the floating ribs. And that would be very painful. Right, Coach Chris? You would know a thing or two about that, right? He won't mind Matt Jackson having scored the lone goal of the game so far. That could break the duck of this Ole team. Something I'm sure Aurora will be looking to change within the next 9 or so minutes.
But again, Alvarez receives the ball on the right wing, looks up, and everyone looking like they want to beeline it for goal, even though there's not really any room for him to make that pass. Trying to cut back inside. Butler goes down, and just as we've seen time after time after time, he earns another set piece for Aurora in a good spot. As we see another sub coming, and I think we're going to see the
Alvarez coming out.
Looks like Jorge Alvarez
making
that'll
way
be
for Kane.
the end of his night for Kane. And kind of perfect spot. You want him in, big body, big boy. See if he could finish. Wouldn't that be wonderful? First touch into the net. Butler off his right foot. That one long again off the crossbar. 3 times tonight.
What does he need to do?
Thought maybe that would have the chance to sneak under, but no. Will Butler twice within the last 5-10 minutes. That one played into the box and cleared away.
And I'm sure the most frustrated man on this on the entire field will be Will Butler. I guess when it's not your night, it's just not your night.
That one just booted away. Ole just trying to keep that ball anywhere but their own goal. And they've gotten a little bit of help tonight from the frame. 3 times, twice off the boot of Butler, once off a free kick, off the head of Freeman.
Mike, can you explain what happened there with that referee? That must have been like a full 30 seconds after the play that he decided to call the play back.
And that's a second, I think second or third time we've seen that. Second one called the foul against Freeman out of bounds about 15 seconds after. This is a weird kind of advantage being played tonight. That one headed away, chested down, looking to quickly go on the counter. Here's Kane down the sideline, but Newquist beaten to the ball. Trying to play it over the top, had Delgado making a run. And I'm going to say last touched off of Borealis.
And as we look on the clock, it says 84 minutes.
Time running out right now for Aurora.
Definitely not the position that Coach C.J. Brown thought that he would be in this game against this team in particular.
His team has dominated in possession, just nothing to show for it. Denied by the crossbar 3 times.
And when that happens to you, after a while, you probably start to forgive the players.
Delgado touches it down, still with the leg around him. Finally, lets the quick restart go, and the ball played off of Reynoso, off of his teammate Munoz.
He's trying to be a bit too rushed on that play there, a little bit too anxious. The Aurora players, they are aware that time is fast running out and they need to get something out of this game.
Butler with the advantage, trying to cut back inside, now into the box. Poked away by Arriaga, headed back down, Freeman. And again, not enough leg behind that one to get up here. Have to act quickly if they're going to want to grab all 3 points here tonight. 87th minute.
For some reason, I don't think they're thinking about 3 points here. A point to do at this point in time.
Delgado just being held off the ball. Now Kane. First touch is bad, and that did not sound very good.
And that will bring about a yellow card there. For that, see that the number 24, Arriaga, who has conceded a free kick right on the edge of the 18-yard area. And Mike, don't tell me this will be another ball off the crossbar.
If that's what you want to put, you don't want to put your money on that?
I wouldn't. I really don't want to.
If I was a betting man,
you would.
The way it's been going tonight, wouldn't put it past that dang piece of
excepting that Will Butler is not
horizontal wood to do that again.
Will Butler will not be taking this one, so I think he decided to sit back and not push his luck.
This looks like it's David Reynoso. 5-person wall. He's got Lenartz to his right. Everyone kind of just a few yards away from goal. Reynoso! And a bell is there to deny him.
That one kicked straight at Abel, but at least it beat the wall, which we've not seen much of from this Borealis team so far.
Played quickly. Butler still popped up into the box, headed down, still around. Surprised, yeah, and there's the whistle there as Arriaga, just as he did to Kane, now he's down.
Taking a boot there from Ruda, who with his back to goal tried to kick that one in, and Arriaga putting his body on the line and taking a kick to the top of the thigh there. Well, he's up. I'm sure with the way things are now, he would not want to stay down too long because he does not want to add too much time onto this game with his team in a position they have not been in all season long.
Can't imagine that we'd see too much time added on at the end of this one. I would think they're in a normal game there would be, but let's see.
And we're pretty much into the 90th minute by our watch.
And again, just trying to do too much one-on-one. That time for Reynoso. Kept alive, Delgado. Sliding tackle there. Won by Ole.
And when you look at the game, you can't say there was much coming from the Ole team, really, in terms of play. But, however, they've done enough to be leading this one and, as it would seem now, be winning it with the clock steadily winding down. And one could easily say, Mike, that if things stay this way at the final whistle, this could easily be the worst result of the season for Aurora.
Possibly any team this season, seeing as given up and a win to the winless Ole.
And I think your friend, the referee, has been generous. He has added 4 minutes onto this one.
Oh, I wonder if that includes the one from the first half.
You think he's compensating?
That throw given to Aurora, trying to hold it off in the corner.
It's called professional time wasting.
And another foul there called against Ole.
And these are nervous moments for the Aurora team and supporters. And the question will have to be asked, what do we need to do to get a win?
Again, poor first touch from Delgado gives it away. Munoz able to keep it alive. Aurora needs the push.
Get the ball into the box.
Arriaga is there. Kept alive. Here's Lenartz. He's muscled off the ball. Does the same to Duran. Duran takes... Surprise, nothing being done there
right
by
in front of the assistant referee.
In front of the assistant referee, and then after the play as well by Duran.
And he chose
to be talking to Lenartz after even trying to take a swing at him with his leg.
He didn't attempt. He took a swing. He actually hit him.
But surprise there after, 30 seconds into the game, you're having the referee talk to players about, not wanting to give away anything.
And Ole to make another change, which is another time-wasting tactic employed by coaches. make a substitution, knowing very well that the clock will not stop. And of course, player will take his time getting off the field.
And it'll be interesting to see how much past 93 we see this referee let it go with what we've seen transpire here.
And William Guerrero checks in there for Ole.
Everyone lined up at the 6. Butler plays it short. Miranda wins it back, and he's put on the ground, and this could be trouble for Aurora. Sprinting forward is the sub in Guerrero, and he'll just now wisely take it over to the corner. And the goal kick is awarded.
That was rather interesting. He had a clear chance on goal there. Decided not to go for the chance, but just to waste some more time.
Aurora going to have to push this one forward very quickly.
We're into the 94th minute, which means we're into the final minute of time added on here. As Kane sends out one
Kane
inside.
puts it in! And Newquist, the flag goes up on him. And that might as well do it for Aurora for tonight.
As this is Lenhartz. Finds Kane, who now sends this one inside. And Newquist ahead of the defender there. And pulling the offside call. And that pretty much sums up Aurora Borealis' evening here against Ole.
Referee checking his watch.
And blows his whistle.
There goes the final whistle here. And the lighthouse as it goes dark here at Mooseheart as Aurora drops yet another home game. This time 1-0, giving Ole SC their first points of the season.
And as we see Coach CJ Brown there shaking hands with his opposite number, it must be one of the hardest handshakes that he would have ever extended to anybody. This definitely is not a result that he was looking for in this one.
Just a heartbreaking loss there for Aurora, especially one that they obviously could have had 3 shots going off the woodwork and pretty much a dominant performance in the first half and for the majority of this game, and unable to even come away with a point is kind of gut-wrenching right now, must be for head coach CJ Brown.
It's extremely heartbreaking as we see him go across the field there. He looks a dejected man. I know how much, speaking to him during the week, how much he expected the 3 points. I spoke to a couple of the administrators, a couple of the fans, and they expected that they would have lifted 3 points here. It was not to be, as Ole have come away with their first win of the season.
So really quick recap, only really one goal to speak about. It's the one in the 35th minute coming from Matt Jackson on the corner kick. We saw Aurora having 10, 11, 12 corner kicks. You saw multiple set pieces, one by William Butler, and just nothing came of them besides those 3 shots off the crossbar.
Well, I think it shows pretty much, Mike, how much work that this team needs to put in to become a complete soccer team. Because set pieces, corners, penalties, running to the boxes, the give and goes, the technical areas of the game they're a must if you're going to have a complete soccer team rather. And we've said it over the season, they have a lot of things going for them. However, the complete game is just not there, and we saw it here tonight because, to be fair, Ole really did not bring a lot to the ball game.
One set piece is all you need to change a game, and that's what happened tonight.
And again, another defensive mistake. How many times this season have we seen this from the Aurora Borealis team? Too many mistakes on defense, and it has cost them time and time and time again.
Only 3 games to go. What do you do as CJ Brown to kind of change that mindset? Because you see a lot of the times when everything breaks down is when the head goes down. Your focus is on you trying to dribble your way out of 2, 3, 4 defenders.
And there's a lot for these players to learn, especially the Akim Surajes, the Christopher Freemans. It is good for you to be skillful. It is good for you to want to take on the other team. But when you come up against a defense like Ole this evening that simply shuts you down, that's when you need to remember that you're in a team situation here. There are actually 10 other players out there playing alongside with you. If you're the man who's pulling players to you, then your job is not to go through them. Your job is now to use your teammates and create the lateral passes. And always get yourself in a position where your teammates can read what you're doing, because we saw a lot of that today. Players just after a while didn't know where they needed to be when particular other players had the ball.
And Ole defended as a team, and they won as a team.
They did.
And again, 1-0 winners. Thank you. 1-0 winners here in the Lighthouse at Mooseheart. Unfortunate, though, Aurora not coming away with any points. Still in 4th place, just 1 point, of course, ahead of Ole, grabbing their first 3 points of the season. But again, stay tuned. On Monday, we'll be back, 4th of July. An exhibition game. Doubleheader. We'll have the second of the 2 games. That one against FC Indiana. And then a week from tonight, the home finale against Oakland County United.
And Mike, for the Aurora players, fans rather, watching the broadcast, and they've watched over the past couple of broadcasts, you're bringing up the stats of the home curse has not.
It's not helping.
It's not helping.
That makes it 13 games in PLA play across the board. 13 games in a row. The home team unable to get 3 points.
And look who won on the road tonight.
The team with the worst record in the league. But again, we'll be back on Monday. For Courtney Wallace, I'm Mike Buda. Thanks for watching here on STC2. We'll see you back here next time for Aurora Borealis Soccer.